Welcome back, everyone. Today, we will learn about loops in C#. Loops allow us to repeat tasks automatically. Imagine you've been handed a massive bundle of currency notes to count. Instead of painstakingly counting each note yourself, wouldn't it be awesome if you could tell your computer, keep counting notes until there are none left? That's exactly what loops let us do in programming. Automate repetition until a condition is met. Now let's understand, what is a loop? A loop is a control structure that repeats a block of code as long as a specified condition remains true. Just like you'd keep counting notes until your pile is empty, a program loops until its stop condition. This feature of programming saves you from copy-pasting the same code over and over for repetitive tasks. Let's see an example. Here, I want to write 5 lines to the console, one at a time, each displaying its current iteration number. To do that, I'll simply write 5 console.writeLine statements, each with the appropriate string to be displayed. When I run the program, the console will display 5 lines, each showing the appropriate string along with its iteration number. But hey, there's an efficient way to write the same program with fewer lines of code. We can take help of C# for loop. To write of a loop, you have to declare 3 things. 1. Initialize SN. Here you set the starting point of the loop. Here I am saying int I is equal to 0, which is telling for loop to start the counting from 0. 2. Condition. Defines how long the loop should run. This tells the loop to continue as long as I is less than 5. 3. Update counter. Changes the loop variable after each iteration. I++. This tells the loop to increment I by 1 on each pass. Now, when I run the program, the console prints the output. Notice that the first iteration value is 0, but in our previous code it was 1. This happens because we initialized I to 0. To fix this, we need to initialize I to 1. Since we have initialized I to 1, we have to also change our condition from I is less than 5 to I is less than or equal to 5. Now, when I run the program, I see the expected output on the console, just like in our previous code, where the first iteration value is 1. Now, let's try writing a program that calculates the sum of the first 10 numbers. I'm creating a variable result of sum, which will be holding the result of each iteration in for loop. Since we are calculating sum of first 10 numbers, the condition part in the for loop should iterate 10 times. To do that, we have to change the condition to I is less than or equal to 10. Now, we need to store the result of each iteration in the result of some variable while also keeping track of the current iteration. And finally, once the loop completes, print the value of the sum variable to the console. I'm adding more details to the program to help you understand what's happening inside the loop. You can see on the console how each iteration changes the value of I and the result of some variable. Pause the video, write this program by hand, and step through each iteration in the console to analyze how the values are calculated. That's a wrap for today. In the next part of Loops in C#, we'll cover the while loop. Until then, practice today's code and keep experimenting with it.